Welcome to Africa Premium News, your front row seat to Africa's power, progress, and truth. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and turn on the bell, because here, you don't just watch the news, you witness history unfold. In the heart of Africa, a quiet revolution is taking root. It's not powered by oil rigs or gold mines, but by forests. Across the continent, a new generation of visionaries is proving that the real wealth of the future doesn't come from what's taken out of the ground, but from what's planted in it. They are farmers, scientists, and entrepreneurs turning trees into gold, not by cutting them down, but by growing them. These are Africa's forest millionaires. For decades, Africa's wealth was defined by extraction, diamonds, copper, oil. But as the planet faces the greatest environmental crisis in history, a transformation is underway. From Senegal to Kenya, from Ghana to Madagascar, a powerful new economy is emerging, one built on carbon, restoration, and regeneration. And it's happening fast. In northern Kenya, the winds sweep across arid plains where herders once struggled to survive. Here, one of Africa's largest carbon offset projects has quietly changed the game. The Northern Rangelands Trust has created a system that rewards communities for protecting nature. Using satellite data and soil carbon mapping, herders earn income by letting the land heal. The more vegetation regrows, the more carbon the soil captures, and the more revenue the community earns. What began as a local conservation effort now generates millions in verified carbon credits, bought by companies across the globe. Nearby, in the mountains of Aberdare, young Kenyan entrepreneurs are blending AI with forestry. The startup GreenFi Africa uses drones and machine learning to map tree density and track carbon absorption. Investors from London and Tokyo are taking notice. For the first time, African youth are turning climate technology into profit, not by mining rare earth metals, but by growing ecosystems. Across the continent in Ghana, another story unfolds. In the Volta region, cocoa farmers once forced to clear forests for survival are now restoring them. The company Mangrove Forestry and Timber Products, backed by African and European investors, manages over 18,000 hectares of reforested land. They produce sustainable wood and capture thousands of tons of carbon each year, creating jobs, reducing deforestation, and supplying certified timber to the world. But what's truly revolutionary is what comes next: carbon credits as currency. Through Ghana's new carbon market framework, farmers who plant and maintain forests can sell the carbon their trees capture. Those credits are traded like stocks on a digital exchange. A young generation of forestpreneurs now uses blockchain technology to verify their impact. They're turning rural landscapes into living green banks. In Senegal and across the Sahel, a grand project is rewriting Africa's destiny: the Great Green Wall. It's not just a wall of trees, it's a living defense against climate collapse. Stretching more than 8,000 kilometers from Senegal to Djibouti, the Great Green Wall aims to restore 100 million hectares of degraded land. Along its path, communities are discovering that restoration equals revenue. Women's cooperatives in Niger grow gum arabic and morina. Youth collect seeds and run nurseries. Together, they're building a wall that feeds people, stops the desert, and captures billions of tons of carbon. For every seed planted, a new opportunity grows. In Ethiopia, where deforestation once erased ancient forests, Green Legacy, the National Reforestation Campaign, has planted more than 20 billion trees in just 4 years. It's one of the largest restoration projects in human history. Ethiopian scientists estimate that the country's new forests could absorb over 1 billion tons of carbon in the next decade, positioning Ethiopia as a potential carbon credit powerhouse. But the rise of Africa's forest economy isn't only environmental, it's financial. As the world transitions toward net zero emissions, corporations from Europe, North America, and Asia are buying African carbon credits to offset their emissions. Each credit represents 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide absorbed by trees or soil. When scaled across millions of hectares, that's billions of dollars flowing into Africa's green sector. The numbers are staggering. According to the African Development Bank, nature-based carbon projects could generate $82 billion in annual revenue by 2050. That's more than many countries earn from oil today, and the investors are already arriving. In Rwanda, The African Carbon Markets Initiative, ACMI, launched at COP27, aims to produce 300 million carbon credits per year by 2030. The initiative supports African startups, governments, and communities in building a transparent, fair carbon economy, ensuring that profits stay in Africa, not just in foreign markets. Meanwhile, in Madagascar, the nonprofit Eden Reforestation Projects employs over 14,000 local villagers to plant mangroves and coastal forests. Their reforestation zones are visible from space. Over 700 million trees planted, restoring biodiversity and shielding coastlines from storms. Each hectare planted becomes an asset that generates recurring income through carbon sales. Families who once earned less than $1 a day now work as forest stewards, earning steady income while healing the earth. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, the world's second-largest rainforest, the Congo Basin, is becoming the center of Africa's climate wealth. Scientists estimate it stores 8% of the planet's carbon. Local entrepreneurs are launching eco-concession businesses, where communities manage forests sustainably while earning from both timber and carbon markets. With the right governance, the DRC could become the Saudi Arabia of carbon, rich not in oil, but in oxygen. The story of Africa's forest billionaires isn't just about money. It's about a new model of progress, one that values life as capital. It's a reversal of centuries of extraction. For generations, Africa's resources were taken and exported. Now, the new wealth stays rooted in the soil, grown by the people themselves. These new pioneers don't wear suits or work in skyscrapers. They work with seeds, drones, and data. They understand that the forests of the future are worth more alive than dead. And they know that saving the planet can also mean saving communities. In Tanzania, a small company called Carbon Tanzania works directly with indigenous Hadza communities. Instead of logging or hunting, the Hadza now earn income by protecting their ancestral forests. Their carbon credits are sold to global brands, funding healthcare, education, and clean water systems. The model is spreading across East Africa. It's ethical, profitable, and sustainable. From the shores of Lake Victoria to the deserts of Mauritania, the rhythm is the same. Africa is no longer the victim of climate change. It is becoming the architect of climate solutions. And as the rest of the world races to decarbonize, Africa's forests could hold the keys to the planet's future. In Lagos, Ghana, Kigali, and Nairobi, startups are developing apps that let users invest directly in African tree projects, like buying stocks in nature. For as little as $5, anyone can own a fraction of a forest, tracked in real time by satellite. These digital forest portfolios are transforming conservation into an accessible investment for millions. This is more than an environmental movement. It's a financial awakening, a recognition that prosperity can come from preservation. The forest millionaires aren't defined by greed. They're driven by growth, of life, of opportunity, of hope. And the numbers prove it. Analysts project Africa's voluntary carbon market could surpass $6 billion annually within this decade. As carbon prices rise, so does Africa's potential to lead the global green economy. But it's not without challenges. Corruption, land disputes, and carbon fraud threaten progress. Many African leaders are now pushing for stronger verification systems and digital registries to ensure transparency. The future of this green wealth depends on trust, because the world will only invest if the system is fair. Still, the direction is clear. Africa's next billionaires may not come from oil fields or tech startups, but from forests. Imagine a continent where wealth is measured not by what you own, but by what you grow. Where the richest nations are those that breathe the cleanest air, shelter the most species, and restore the most land. That's the vision of the forest millionaires, a generation planting prosperity one seed at a time. They are building a new economy rooted in ancient wisdom, that life itself is the greatest investment of all. As the world burns, Africa grows. As forests fall elsewhere, Africa's rise again. And as the planet looks for a way out of crisis, the solution may already be standing tall, quietly swaying in the wind beneath the African sun. This is African Premium News, where Africa speaks for itself. Don't miss a story that matters. Click subscribe, ring that bell, and stay ahead of the headlines. Africa's future starts right here.